the operations what we perform on a sheet metal are not much. We only use cutting, bending, and stampings. Okay, so only these three operations. If you can notice, you'll get the sheet metal here. So this much are the tools what we have for our sheet metals. Okay, so these two things I'll explain you at the last. We'll start from here. Okay, so before creating anything or before converting any sketch into sheet metal, first we need to create a sketch. So what I'll do is I'll just take a sketch and I'll just create a flat sheet like structure, something like this, and I'll say okay to this. I'll say exit. So to convert anything into a sheet metal, what you have to use is you have to use this base tap flange. So once you click this and select the sketch, see it will be converting into a sheet metal. Here are the things what you can do. So here you have to give the sheet metal parameters. That is nothing but the thickness of the sheet metal. So I'll keep it to 3. That is the maximum. So this K factor is nothing but what we call it as a constant factor, and you don't need to worry about this. Let it be as it is. Just because this constant, what we say, constant factor will vary from metal to metal. Okay, so that's why we'll leave it as it is. So now if you come to this auto reliefs and corner reliefs, I'll explain you in the next topics. If you want to change this, you can just say reverse direction. That's it. So once you say okay to this, a sheet metal will be converted. So once the sheet metal is converted, the remaining tools will be opened here. Okay, got it? Any issues? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So the next thing what we call it as is called as the edge flange. So once you select this edge flange, so here it will ask you for an edge. So once you select an edge, see, it will be created. Okay. So you can notice a wall is being created. So if you want, you can go ahead and create at the all four the sides. See here, all the four sides have been created by a wall. So this wall things how you can vary. So so see, this is very much important. This is called as the bending radius. The bending radius of a sheet metal should always be equal or less than the thickness of the sheet metal. So what is the thickness of the sheet metal we have to? What is the
3
sheet?
mm.
3 mm, right? So it should be always equal or it should be greater. It should not be less than the thickness of the sheet metal. Okay. So once it is done, now what you can do is you can vary the angle of this thing. See, now it is being converging. If you want, you can either you can make it diverging. Okay. So the angles of the wall you can vary. At the same time, you can vary the height of these things. So what I'll do is I'll just keep it to 90 degrees. See how it looks like. So now the major thing is giving this dimensions. Okay. So this is now at 124. I'll make it some 100 now. So at the same time, see if I now you can vary, notice the height here. See now this height is being taken from the inner virtual shaft. That means the height is taking from this point to the top. If you just click here, so it will take from this bottom to this top. And again, if you click it from here, it will take from this point, particular point to up to here. Okay, got it? Got it? Any issues?
No, sir.
Okay, so once you say okay to this, so something it will look like this. I'll just click on this isometric. See, so this is called as bending. So that is nothing but wall on edge. At the same time, so there is a thing called meter flange. So let's see how this meter flange works. Once you click on this meter flange, it will ask you for a side. So once you select an edge, automatically it will select the perpendicular plane to this edge, and it will directly move to this what we say sketcher part. So here what you can do is, so you can create of your own thing. For example, I'll just create a wall like this. But the rule for this thing is it should always be tangent to this. So this flat surface, it should always be tangent. I'll just press Control, select these two arcs. I'll make it tangent, and you can give whatever shape you want, whatever size you want. So just keep it like this. I'll say OK to this. Once I say OK to this, this particular sketch will follow the edge what we have selected there. Once you say OK to this, see, quite easy, right?
Sir.
Okay. So the next tool what we have here is called as the hem. So in hem you have different types of hems here. So first one is called as closed hem. See, if I select this, you can notice a closed hem type is being created. So this thing is used for the sake of locking the sheets. Okay. So just place one sheet here. So just use hem, it will be locking. Okay. So the next thing what we have in the hem is called as the open profile. So here what you can do and what are all the changes you can do is you can increase the length of this bar. At the same time, you can give the radius to it. Okay. So next what we have, it is called as teardrop. Here you can vary the angle of it as well as the radius of it. So this particular things are used to create this what we say hinges and all. So same way we have circular. So it will be fully closed. It will be fully closed like this. See, I'll give the angle, you'll get to know. Okay, so once it is done, just say okay to this. So it will come something like this. Okay. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So next we'll move on to this jog. Jog is nothing but it will just convert a flat shape into a bended geometry. Just select the face. It will take you to the direct sketcher workspace. Just create a line like this. And from that particular line, the material will be jogged in shape. So jogged in the sense. So you need to select a fixed face. I'll just select this fixed face. See, it is jogging. So that means this particular part is called as jog. That means it is being created extra. From here to here, it will remain same from this length to this length. But if you notice this extra wall is being created, again, you can control the wall by using this measures here. What measures you want, what shapes you want, what directions you want, you can give. And once you say okay to this, that thing will be jogged. Okay. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So the next kind of thing, it is called as sketched bend. So it is used to bend by the sketch. Just select the face, it will be directly going to your sketcher workspace. Just create a line from wherever you want to bend it. Just say exceed, just click any one point on this. So that face will be fixed and the another face will be bended just according to that line. Okay. It is just like a marking on a paper and bending it. Got it? No issues, right? No doubts, right?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So the next thing what we have, so now it is called as the cross break. The cross break, it is just used for the sake of your marking on a sheet metal. See, so the marking will be done. Once you say okay, see, can you notice this markings? It is used to just calculate the center point of that particular sheet metals. Okay, any doubts?
No, sir.
So now we'll just move on to this corners, this closed corner, weld corner, corner break, and corner release. So this one, these things are very much important. So now what I'll do is I'll just go with this edge flange. I'll just create something like this on both the each and everything. So now, so you can notice these gaps here, right? Gap between two walls. Just to fill that gap between these two things, we'll just move on to this closed corners. So here you have different types of closing the corners. Once you click on this, you can notice, see, it is being closed, right?
Yes, sir.
So once you say okay on this, so it will be closed, but it will not be fully closed according to me. So there will be some gaps remaining here. See, you have different types of closings here. Once you say okay to this, see, somewhat it has been closed. See, compared to this guy, compared to this gap, and you can notice the gap here. So it is closed, but it is not fully joined, right? So there is some gap at right.
Yes, sir.
So to overcome those gaps, the only option what we have, it is called as weld corners. So once you weld these corners, so I'll say add a texture to it, add a fillet symbol, and add texture to it. Once you say okay to this, so it will be so fully welded that each and every tool will be switched off. That means if you are applying some welding on your sheet metals, at that time you have to stop. You can't apply extra operations on the sheet metal. This is the end part of your sheet metal that is called as welding. You can see the slag here, right? This is called a slag, right? See, it is fully closed. Neither it cannot be open or nor be used as a sheet metal in further cases. Okay, so that's why welding is used at last. So next, this is nothing but your fillet and chamfer. If you click on this, it will be filleted on this particular edge. And if you use the same thing, so it will be, sorry, I went to corner relief, right? So I have to go to this. So if you select this one and I'll give the radius, just say okay to this, it will be filleted. So you can't chamfer and fillet these faces just because these faces need to be welded. Okay, so chamfering, I mean welding on a filleted face is quite different. The slag won't be stable and the welding won't be that much strong. Got it? Any issues?
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
great. So next we'll just move on to this corner relief. So this is very much important. Corner reliefs are nothing but, see, if you are bending something like this, sometimes you'll use the sheet metal as a opening and a closing kind of thing. Okay, so that's why what we have to give is we have to give this relief here, somewhat of relief. See, if this thing is being continuously closed and open, there might be some ruptures here, right? Getting my point?
No, sir.
Not getting?
No, sir.
No, sir.
See, how to explain you? The best examples are your books. See, if your book, if you use your book continuously closing and open, there might be some I mean some what we say that rupture on the edges, right? It will start to break at that corner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, to avoid those corners, what we'll do is we'll just dig the material here. See, I'll show you. I'll just go to this corner reliefs here. So once you go to this corner relief, just say collect all corners. So once you say collect all corners, the software itself will calculate what are all the corners we have, it will collect. And if you come down, you can change the shape and size of it. Now I'll just click on to the circular. Just go on increasing the radius of that particular circles. So you can notice a circular shape is being created here, right? Once I say okay to this, now you can notice even if I open and close this, there is no direct contact to this base, right?
Sir.
So that means if how much time if you open and close this thing, the no effect will be done on this particular guy. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I guess two people are not attending today. I don't know who are those.
Sunil and Samir. That's it.
Sunil and Samir, right?
Yes, sir.
Why? Why they have not attended? Chetan, did you leave him a message?
Sir, Sunil has network issue, sir. He is in village.
Okay. What about the Samir?
Don't know, sir.
Okay. I'll speak to them later. What happened to this? Okay. So got it right? Why to use this corner reliefs?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So at the same time, in this corner relief, you have different types of corners. If you just go to this corner relief, just say collect all corners. Even if you want to remove some of the corners, what you can do is just click on these points. Okay. So once you click on this point, and if you come down and if you just try to give the corner reliefs on them, so they won't be taking that corner reliefs. Okay. So I'll just say to delete this. And I'll just delete these two corners and I'll say okay to this. Now you can notice those corners will be stagnant and these two corners have been taken the corner reliefs. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we'll just move on to this forming tool. It is nothing but it will just color the faces. Okay. So once you say okay to this, so this indicates that if you want to do some cuttings and all, so only this red face has to be used. Okay. So that is indicates where to remove or where to put upon a holes and all. So next what we have, it is called a sheet metal gusset. So sheet metal gusset is just like your stiffener or what is this command called as here? Yeah, rib. So what we use to give the strength and see. So same way, just select the sheet metal gusset here. Just click on this edge. So once you click on this edge, you can notice a sheet metal gusset is being created. If you want to assign some of the values to it, you can assign here the thickness, the angles, each and everything. So if you say okay to this, So this thing will be created. Got it? Can you notice this? Any issues?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to change it, just say edit features. It will come back to this position. Again, if you say I'll just go with the flat one, if you want to decrease the dimensions and all, you can decrease. So if you say indent depth, you can vary this indent depth, everything. Okay. So indent width, what we have, we can vary. Once you say okay to this, it will be created. Indent depth, indent thickness should be less than half of indent width. Less than half of indent width means I'll take it from 2 mm. I'll say okay to this. Now it will be created. Okay. Any issues with this? Any issues with the sheet metal? Guess it.
No, sir.
Okay. So now if you just move on to this extrude cut and also extrude cut, you know, so just click here. I'll say just go to sketch. I want to create something hole like this here. So I'll just draw a hole like this. If you want to cut it out, so we'll just directly use this extrude cut. I'll just select this. It will be cutting. If you want to make it through, you can make it through as well. Okay. So same way we have a thing called hole, what we have used. So hole. So simple hole. So just select this. So you can just, what you can do is you can only create holes in this. Okay. So holes in the sense only a circular diametric cut. You can't do anything extra in this. But the next tool what we are going to use, it is called as vent, which is majorly used in your sheet metals. So I'll just go on sketch on this. I'll just make it normal too. So what I'll do is I'll just create a circular vent like this. I'll just create. So this will be my outer diameter. And now the things what I'm going to create are called as the ribs of that particular vent. So place it here. Again, I'll just select this midpoint line. I'll create it like this. The same time, I'll just make it something like this. Again, a midpoint, and I'll just create it like this. So once it is done, so I'll say exit to this. Now I'll just move to this vent. So here now it is asking me for a boundary. So this will be my boundary. And if I come down, you can notice there is a thing called ribs here. So just select this ribs and just go on selecting these things. And you can notice the thickness are being started added to that one, right? So now you can vary the thickness of that. So thickness of the ribs and all. So I'll just make it some 2.5 mm. See? So once it is done, just say okay to this. And you can notice a vent has been created. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is just, this thing is used to remove that heat aviations and all. Okay. So the last commands what we have, it is called as unfolding. Just click on this unfold. So the fixed face for every 4 sides is this. So the bends to unfold are this. So I'll just select these guys and I'll say okay to this. So this thing will be flattened. Okay. Once you say fold to this, the fixed face will be automatically taken. If you say collect all bends, the software it will select all the bends and it will be bended back to its original shape and size. Got it? Any issues?
No, sir.
So no, this flatten, it will directly flat each and everything, but it won't allow you to perform any operations on it. Okay. So it will be just like a flat. So once you click on this, it will be bended back. Okay. So now we'll just move on to this convert to sheet metal lofted bend. So what is this convert to sheet metal and lofted bend? So this convert to sheet metal, so it is used. So whenever you have a solid model with you, okay. So for example, what I'll do is I'll just go with the new drawing. I'll just go with this features and I'll select this plane and I'll create a solid block type of thing like this. So once it is done, I'll just say exit to this. I'll just create it as a solid. Now what I'll do is I'll just move to the sheet metal and I'll say convert to sheet metal. So now it will it will ask you for a fixed entity. So this will be my fixed entity. Now I'll just go on selecting the edges, and you can notice yellow color, dark pale yellow color kind of part is being started created. So once it is done, so what you have to do is you can just vary the bending radius as well as the thickness of that sheet metal what you are going to extract from this solid. Once everything is done, just say okay to this. So you can see it has been converted into a sheet metal. Got it? Any issues?
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So now what is this lofted bend means? So lofted bend, as you know, you have seen already. So here in surfacing, you have seen lofted surface, boundary surface, and in features, lofted boss and lofted base. So here what happens in the sheet metal is it will add the material to same thing, more than 2 sketches what we have there. So now what I'll do is I'll just go to the sketch. So have you guys seen these hoppers and all? Hopper. Do you know what is a hopper?
No, sir.
That what we say that ragi grinding machines.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is called as hopper. Okay. So for every hopper, you can notice there is a opening line. So that means a metal has been cutted and it has been folded and it has been welded. Okay.
Yes, sir. It is in curve.
Curvature manner. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now what I'm going to do is I'll just create a opening here. So to do that, I have took a center line. Now what I'll do is I'll just offset that particular line in both the directions. So it will be bidirectional. I'll just give the distance as some 0.5 mm to it. So now I'll just make this as construction geometry as well as this guy as construction geometry, and I'll just trim it off. I don't want this. Okay. So once it is done, I'll just say okay to this. I'll say exit sketch. Now what I'll do is I'll just take this as the height of my hopper. To draw the second sketch, what I'll do is in sheet metal, you won't get this to create extra plane. So that's why I'll just move to surface or this part design. I'll go with reference plane here. So I'll just take this as my reference plane. I'll say flip offset and I'll give the distance. The distance what I'm giving now will be the height of your hopper. Okay. So I'll say okay to this. Again, I'll just go on sketching on this particular guy. So now the circle what I'll create, I'll just create a little bit smaller than this. Okay. So just to give the shape of that particular hopper. Now I'll just create a center line again like this. Now I'll just move to this offset. Oh, wait a minute, where it has came actually. Oh, it came on this, no issues. I'll just copy the same thing here. Same way, what I'll do is I'll just trim this thing. So when I don't want this, I'll just trim it off. I'll say okay to this. I'll say exit to this. So now I have 2 circles. So that means what we are going to do is we are going to add the material on 2 different sketches. Okay. So now I'll just go with the sheet metal lofted. So select this one and this one. So once you select C, it will automatically create a shape of hopper. Once you say okay to this, a hopper will be created. So the next last operations, as you know, so we can weld this and we'll sort it out. Any issues in lofted?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So the last 3 tools in your sheet metal is nothing but what we call it as converting a solid block into sheet metal. Okay. So to do that, so what I have to do is I'll just create a block like this and I'll convert it as a pure solid block. Then what I'll do is I'll just go with the shell. I'll click on this face. I'll just give the thickness of sheet metal what I want to this. So it will be opened like this. Now again, it is not a sheet metal just because we don't have any openings to this. So that's why what I'll do is I'll just jump to the sheet metal. You can notice this rip here, right? Create a gap between 2 edges in a sheet metal part. So just select this rip and just carefully go on selecting the edges here, inside edges like this. And this guy at a time and this guy. So once it is done, just say okay to this and you can notice the ripping has been done, right? See, it has been started converting into a sheet metal. If you want to insert the bends, so just click on this, select a fixed face. So once you select this fixed face, all the constant, that means the corners which is common to this square will be turned into a bends. Okay, so you can notice the bendings are being done here. So once this ripping and bending is done, this solid block will be totally considered as a sheet metal. Okay, any issues, any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, should we just close the session here?